great. So Jo, what was the biggest challenge or block you were faced with before this session?
So my biggest block or fear before this session was, I think, from past eating disorders. And an eating disorder that plagued me for a lot of years. And I thought that because my physical symptoms were over, of how I used to take it out on myself, that I then realised that it's the mental effects of an eating disorder that were still with me all these years, and they still plague me even though I thought I was cured, but I think it's still there a little bit. That was the biggest block that I had coming into this.
Awesome.
So that's why I wanted to work with Millie to really work through those emotions that were leading me to carrying out the mental self-sabotage in my head.
Yes.
So much lighter. I've known you, Millie, for quite a while, and I've heard about the work that you've done. I've attended workshops and wanted to experience for myself how Millie goes about creating space and using her expertise and her wisdom to help people with their physical or emotional, mental blocks. And I can honestly say in the 3 hours, it literally felt like an hour that I was here, that the 3 hours that we chatted, she taught me through my charts, and leaving, I felt almost there was a very heavy energy when I came in here, even though I felt happy, but a heavy energy within my physical body and emotional body. But leaving today after just 3 hours of working with Millie is just, I feel like so much has been lifted. Like I just feel like I'm ready to almost take on the world. I know that sounds so silly. But just because I still, I had these deep-seated emotional baggage, I suppose, for want of a better term, that has almost lifted completely. Like I feel like I'm just light. I feel amazing. Like I can't put into words. The chart reading was very much, I think it was the Balinese talking about who I am through the stars. Like it's so spot on. So like the numerology, my spiritual chart is just so spot on that you think, like, how does that happen? Like, it just all makes sense that, who I am is a manifestation of generational, spiritual, universal numbers, philosophies that all bring you into one. And I hope this doesn't sound too woo-woo, but it's really made it clear for me who I actually am and who I'm supposed to be, and to lean into that authenticity of who I actually am and be unapologetic about it. The two major ones was fear and hurt, and sadness as well. So I lifted others as well, but fear, hurt and sadness were the main three that I wanted to concentrate on today. And just through a relatively short introduction, I suppose, to it today, just, even that has been shifted so much within me, just within 10 minutes of those sessions, each 10-minute session of letting those emotions go and what caused it. And if you're open, I think, to this sort of healing, that it comes through quite easily for you. I was like, oh, what if nothing comes through for me? And that wasn't the case at all. You facilitated that so beautifully, to sit there with me and give you time to really allow these visions to come through, or feelings or emotions, that it's been game-changing. Oh, completely different. I think, if it challenges now, like big or small, that come through now, I sort of feel like I've got the tools to really deal with that head on now, and to be a much happier, more relaxed version of myself now, and not be scared of, the hurt, the sadness and the pain that comes with life. I feel like now, because we've released that I can keep working on that within myself to get better and better. Oh, I just think your way of making you feel so welcome in your space, the hugs, the tea, just creating a beautiful, safe environment where you can feel completely safe. I have undergone sessions with psychologists and psychiatrists in the past, and I've never felt so welcome and so heard and seen and understood as a person, and that to me is the biggest thing, because I'm quite an out there personality that some people don't get me. But just for you to be completely accepting of who I am as a person, I haven't had that anywhere else ever. Oh, I probably still just feel plagued by things and heavy, and things get to me very easily. You know, now I can sit back and sort of take stock of a situation and sort of try to, instead of reacting, I won't be as reactive. And also just more accepting of myself, and that, you know, sometimes I think as well, how we want people to behave around us is, you know, we can't control other people. It's our perception of how we deal with situations is probably the biggest thing for me. So that you can be completely and utterly yourself and really lean into your own power and know that it's there. And if you're feeling stuck or blocked or unhappy or sad or emotional, you know, when that, you know, is lifted, then you can really lean into, and things come through for you easily, and to really find your true potential as well. Definitely. I'd just say be open to it. Don't be skeptical, just allow yourself. I just believe that if you're seeing this or you're drawn to this, it's meant to come to you. So listen to that and know that the sign is there for you now to say, okay, this is it. This is the sign that I needed to move forward. And don't be skeptical, just come in and don't be nervous or anything like that. It was actually a really beautiful experience. It wasn't like for me, I didn't get upset or anything. I didn't get emotional. It just felt like a really positive environment. It wasn't, and so educational as well. I just say powerful, very powerful. I loved it. Thank you.
Awesome.